Today, I'm with John Williams, who is the Managing Director of Maritime Transport in Felixstowe. Thank you, John. Thank you so much for allowing us to come here
today.
You're very
welcome. Nice to see you.
Yes. We've just had a look around the building, and I have to tell you, it's amazing. And when were you here, John? When did you move in?
Well, we moved in September, but it's been a sort of a 3-year project, and it was quite brave of us to start building during the recession, but we actually did the right thing by starting at that time and getting all our work done before the market recovered. So we moved in September.
Well, I just can't believe that. I am really shocked. When you see the pictures of the rooms in this building and how beautiful they are, I can't believe you've just been here since September. That must have taken a lot of work to get this ready by now.
Yes, well, we had some great people working on it, my wife included, and some great people in this building who put their lives on hold to get this done. But we also had to, in parallel, get the yard, the 10-acre site, also ready for the 250 trucks that we have based here in Felixstowe. And we've been in Felixstowe since 2001, but the company has grown so quickly that we've been separated from the trucks and the drivers for about 10 years. So now, after 10 years, we're all now together again. So the trucks park here, the drivers get access across the bridge, and they enter the ground floor of the building where they have a restroom, their own canteen, and the operations centre. So they're now part of the company, the centre of the company again.
I have to say, looking round your building, you do look after your staff. You've given them some beautiful facilities. I'm very envious.
Well, they look after me and I look after them, and that's the deal. So, and I think we're building for the future. And what we're doing here is reversing a trend where normally local entrepreneurs sell out to bigger companies, move their head offices outside of the area. That takes all the best paid jobs to another location, such as, the directors are based elsewhere, HR, IT, operations, engineering. I mean, we're reversing that. All those jobs are coming here. And so, the people here will be getting paid, more money and will have more rewarding careers. And one thing that we want to do is to reach out to the local schools and population of Felixstowe so that we can show that there is we're a market leader. I think we're a world-class company, and people of Felixstowe don't need to leave Felixstowe to further their careers. We can provide careers here.
I think that's utterly amazing. I've always said that Felixstowe is the gem in the crown of Suffolk, but I actually think you're the gem in the crown of Felixstowe. That is just wonderful to hear.
I think the port of Felixstowe is the gem of Felixstowe, to be fair, but I appreciate the compliment. But if it hadn't been for the Hutchison and the previous companies who have owned and invested in Felixstowe, we wouldn't have a job to do here. And it's only as a result of that we get the opportunity. I came here as a young man in 1976, and like a lot of people in Felixstowe have benefited as a result of the ships coming in here. So
it's just a wonderful port, the largest in the country, I believe.
It's the largest container port in the country, yes.
Now, getting back to Maritime Transport, you actually bought it in 2001?
Yeah, that's correct. I was a director of the Port of Felixstowe, and this company was then known as Maritime Haulage. It was a small, underperforming company with about 130 trucks, and I had the opportunity to acquire it, which I did on September the 4th, 2001, a week before the dreadful events of September the 11th. And the company has done spectacularly well since then, I'm very pleased to say.
Well, if I may quote, and I think it's on your website, you bought the company in 2001 with a turnover of 18 million, and I can't believe what I'm about to say, actually. It now has a turnover of 200 million.
That's correct, yes.
That is utterly amazing. And I presume that's down to your skills and the skills of your staff.
Yes, we've got an outstanding team of people. We've got 100 people based here at our head office. We've got about 330 drivers based in Felixstowe, but we employ nearly 1,800 people nationwide, and we've got great drivers and great people working for us in Leeds, Immingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham, Doncaster, Peterborough, Southampton, Milton Keynes. We're across the country.
But your head office is in Felixstowe. That's amazing and wonderful. And I wonder if you knew that. Your building is so beautiful. As I said, if it had been in London, people will be coming to just look round. It is stunning. And it's beautiful on this landscape here. Did you have any part in the design of the building?
Yes, we did. We agonised over how big we wanted it, and we looked at reducing it in size. We had some great architects based in Hadley in Suffolk. Where we can, we work with local people. And Winsor Keevan of the architects did an outstanding design. We thought it was too big. We tried to alter the shape and it didn't look right. But actually, as a result of carrying out a number of acquisitions that we have in the sector, we couldn't have coped with a smaller building. And we wanted to build for the future because we want to create a facility where our staff are really happy to work here, the environment is great for them, and that they commit their future careers to us. Unfortunately, some of our competitors, they have to live in inferior accommodation because they have short-term leases on their facilities, or they just rent a corner of a yard, and they live and work in porta cabins, as we all have done in the past. But here we're able to give our staff much more than that, and I imagine that some of my competitors will still be operating from the same porta cabins in 20 years' time. So I want to make Maritime the employer of first choice. That's really what I want to do.
So you have a vision.
I've got a commitment to the company and to the industry, yes.
And you're not just a container transport company, are you? There are other areas that you have gone into. Is that I'd like you to explain, if you wouldn't mind, what areas they are. But is that also something new, or has that always been there?
No, we were started life as a small container transport company, and that's been my background here in the area. But in 2010, we diversified into distribution with curtain siders, with Tesco being our biggest customer. Right. But we're also Amazon's biggest transport partner, and IKEA's biggest transport partner. So we've been very successful in diversifying, which has been very important to us. We also diversified into rail terminals. We've got 2 rail terminals, one in Tilbury and one in Birmingham. We've got a warehouse in Tilbury in Essex. We also own all our trucks, which means that we sell all our trucks when it's due. Right. And so we've become the biggest retailer of nearly new trucks, second-hand trucks, in the country, because we keep our trucks about 3 years, right, and we retail them directly into the market.
Right. I have to say, because I travel along the A14, your trucks are beautiful. White and blue. You always know the Maritime Transport trucks, and they always look very new and, pristine. So that's why you change them every 3 years. Is that a new thing? Is that the selling of the trucks? Is that quite new?
No, we set out to own our own trucks, and as I said, the alternative to ownership is you lease or you rent, which means you don't own them, which means they go back to the owner once you've finished with them. Right. So we buy them, therefore we sell them. And it's something that we've done over the last 10, 12 years. And we've built up an outstanding reputation for selling high quality, low mileage trucks into the market to people like owner drivers and smaller companies who prefer not to buy new.
Right. So I'm just so amazed, because would you say that you are not like most contractors, or how you would perceive most contractors, and your projects and your business projects are very good? You've got a really good plan. Where do you see you going? Do you have a long-term plan?
Well, we have no intention of selling the business. We want to retain this company in private ownership. And my two sons, Alex and Tom, one is 30, one is 27, are both in the business. And my wife is now in the business as well. She's been in the business of doing all the interior designing here. And
beautiful.
Thank you. And now we can't get her to leave the place, so she won't go home now. She's so happy with the results. But in terms of the future, I think we're a company that we want to share our success with the people who contribute to its success, and that is in my experience, a self-fulfilling situation where if people feel as though they're being well rewarded, and I mean, sharing in the success, then they contribute even more towards its success. And it's, we can't hold this company back. Everybody wants to do more and more and more and more, and it's really a privilege to own it and to run it, and it's humbling to see the incredible effort that virtually everybody puts into the business, including all our drivers.
You have a lovely feel about the place. You look after your staff, and they
look after me.
Hard for you, and
that's
look
right.
After you.
That's the deal.
And if you're growing, that means there could be more jobs available for people from Felixstowe.
Well, there's no doubt about it. We are growing, and if you went round our depots through the length and breadth of the country, you'd be surprised when you see how many young faces, all the young faces that work for the company. And we have a policy of bringing young people in and training them our way, because we've got a lot of sophisticated technology assisting us to run the business operationally, and we've got systems in the vehicles that monitor the performance of the truck and the behaviour of the driver, and we all work together to try and achieve the best results.
Fantastic. And I presume the schools are all aware of you, are they?
Probably not. No, we've been too busy sort of growing and all the rest of it, but we do have it in mind that we want to let the local community know who we are, what sort of careers there are, and like I said earlier, I honestly believe we're a world-class company in terms of what we do, and we will offer people great careers in this company.
Utterly amazing. It's just been so wonderful to speak to you today. And I don't know about you, are you aware of Maritime Transport? I'm just so impressed. It's been a great pleasure.